Fan.
Hello, and welcome to Therapy of the Absurd, episode 57. How is everybody fucking doing?
We're good. How's everybody fucking doing? I'm just like I feel like I have a stroke every time I'm in this camera because I'm like it's opposite worlds, and it's just like, let me get this hair together.
I like these glasses. Have I seen these glasses? Hi, Dana. It's been a while, and I like when you came in. I was watching a trailer for something, so that's why I
Okay.
missed you. Hi, how are
No
you doing?
worries.
I like
I'm
your glasses.
fantastic. These are reading glasses. I'm trying in the so I'll say this. Black don't crack, that's for sure. But these eyes still grow with the ages. You know what I'm saying? So we we need reading glasses. So we have to. I may be Benjamin buttoning it all, but we still got to put on some reading glasses. There are signs. There it is. There it is. There are signs of aging, though not visible. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, I can feel you on that one.
I mean,
need.
Sam?
What were you gonna say,
Stephanie,
Sam? Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say like aging or whatnot. Like it's a nice style, and
Thank
I
you.
like that on you.
Thank you.
So like
This is a
I'm
new
guessing you have a
room,
bunch of other
Sam.
colors, huh?
This is, and I interrupted you. You said, what did you say about other colors?
I'm guessing you have a bunch of other colors too.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to blow up my spot. I was trying to find them. All I have, and I can't. Oh, I have this pair, and then there's a pair that's clear, and I love it. And I was trying to. Usually, I have like 5 pair nearby because we have a pair in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the car, on the couch, on the floor, like everywhere that we may need
Everywhere.
to reach. We got to reach. So I don't know, but there's some clear ones somewhere.
Yeah,
There's about 4 pair of these blue ones. But yeah.
Ooh.
I was gonna say if I start wearing glasses, but based on what you just said, I'm just gonna say when I start wearing glasses, I'm gonna lose all of them because I already lose. Like I have pens everywhere because I lose them. My biggest achievement this year was that I finally saw what it looks like when a chapstick ends. Because usually what I see is that it's gone and I have to go buy a new one. So I've never seen the bottom of one. So that was an achievement. So yeah, glasses, I understand. I have a friend of mine who is clumsy and like older than me. So I look at her and she has, like you said, like hundreds of glasses laying around.
And here's the thing, and it's not about really losing a pair. It's just about if you happen to not have them off, but you get caught somewhere in the house where the glasses are not, like then you have to then move. Like who wants to have to go find glasses just to read the back or something? Like so if you just strategically place them around the house, then when you need to, they're always within arm's reach. Because the pairs that are in the car, they stay in the car. They do not come out of the car because inevitably, trust me, you do not feel your age and you have to ask somebody else to read a fucking label for you at Target because you can't read what the shit says because you don't have your glasses with you. There's nothing says age like asking random young people to read a label for you. Nothing.
Here's the solution. You just need to find a way to make. Here's the solution. You just need to find a way to make the one that you wear around your neck cool again. Like find. Yeah, because it's not cool anymore. It's like you need to do a fanny pack to it. Remember when the fanny pack, we used to make fun of it, and now everyone is wearing a fanny pack? So we need to get to that.
We'll find our way. We'll find our way. Oh
no, yeah.
There's nothing that young that doesn't ever look young or cool. Like I mean, like there's like even if I think who could make it cool. I'll do my best though. Oh Lord, what is the baby's name? If I say her name, then I'm gonna be embarrassed that I couldn't say her name. Oh Lord, why can't I? This is this moment. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like nothing says being afraid of aging. Like the minute you don't remember something, you are worried as fuck that it's bigger than this moment. And
that's why you should always smoke weed. Because you can always blame the weed.
It wasn't me. It was the cannabis. It was the cannabis.
She was in the news today for a split second. Oh my god!
A baby?
No, if I say it, y'all are gonna automatically know who I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna be mad that I didn't remember her name. WAP.
I know who you're talking about too now. Damn it! No, I'm bad with her name too.
And I'm foreign with her name. I have no idea.
She has that WAP song.
It's the WAP song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Cardi B.
Yes, Cardi B. Yes, okay. Cardi B. Cardi B could probably put chain, a little link on the glasses, and then it might be, and then it might be,
as long as it's not WAP themed chains.
Or maybe that's gonna let's do it. That's it. That's it. Just find a way to make WAP into a chain.
Like some kind of fashionable chain for glasses. People would buy it. Sex sales, man.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If she does it.
People would buy that shit. You can buy any, you can have somebody market some random ass shit and be some random person that
Right.
you really like, and then you're just like, I didn't need it before. I need it now.
Now,
I need
right.
It's like the, for the longest time, I remember growing up and everybody just making fun of me or chewing me out because I didn't have Jordans. You ain't got no J's, bro. You ain't got no J's. I'm like, you can't afford them. They're like, oh, but you got the Pro Wings.
You got the what?
Pro Wings. It's a Payless knockoff of Nikes and shit. Oh yeah, so I used to get made fun of all the time. Like, man, with those, they're all the kids like, you ain't gonna dunk with them shits. You gotta have air in the title, not Pro Wing. They're like, pay less. No. Oh yeah, it was like all day, every day.
That's man. If you're as long as you're healed from it, that's a bit. I know you know that, and if you don't, you better write it.
I have some Jordans now, but I don't like them. And
but you gotta do you gotta do it though, because Cat Williams has an incredible bit about getting the kids stuff for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And talking, and the kids, you could run just as fast. You could just run just as fast.
Yeah.
And I've seen the bit. So
I know what you're talking about.
The fact that they're called Pro Wings is very funny to me, because I mean I like that. I just think that's such a brilliant joke if you work on that. I really do. I really think you could like literally like Air Jordan Pro Wings, because I just realized that they say they're doing. Here's the thing. This is the joke, in my opinion. I'm just giving it to you as a gift. Yeah. Like Payless did their level best to create a knockoff as close as possible. Just saying, like, and I think that's a whole bit, like all the knockoffs and how close any given knockoff is to the real thing. And I think that's a bit.
And I'll contribute our knockoff version that was happening. I'm guessing it was also Chinese, like all of them. What it was, these brand new shoes that only have 2 stripes and are called Adibas.
Oh my goodness! So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
that right
yep.
there.
That's a knockoff.
So if I were you, Stefan, I would work on this bit, and you turn it from this sour place of the bullying with the Pro Wings, knockoff Air Jordans, and you like run down some other knockoffs. You could, we're talking shop now, but you could do a rule of 3. You could do a rule of 5. I know that there's no official such thing, but you could do the list as long as the rhythm feels right. And then, and the famous, how do we make every bit? What if there was, a knockoff for wet ass pussy? I don't know. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, there is for Viagra. It's actually called Blue Chew. Yeah. So they have knockoffs for everything.
So that's your bit. I'm telling you, Stefan, that's a good bit.
I'm gonna write it down.
If you really take that one.
No, I want to use it because my older brother used to tease the fuck out of me, right? Because my grandparents bought him the J's.
Not cool.
Oh yeah, like he's like, man, my shoes look nice, right? And they'd buy him the Cavaricci. I don't know if you remember that brand from back in the day.
I've seen them, but I don't know them.
You're talking like $150, $200 pants.
Right. I've seen that word and I didn't know. Oh my God, words. Sorry, my mind. But I've seen that brand. Didn't know that's how you said it. Today I learned. So I was on. We have a mutual comedy friend. This is so funny to me, just in terms of learning things today. And he has a podcast that's really awesome. It's coming out, and I don't want to give away too much because then it'll go to surprise. But I learned a word today, and it was called anfractious.
Oh, okay.
So anfractious is like, so when we say fracture or fracture, we know that means that something is broken. Yeah. So anfractious means things that are bendy but don't break, like like bendy, twisty, but don't break. So when he was reading the definition, the word was windings and twisty and whatever. But when I saw, so there was a chat. So when I saw windings, WINDINGS, there is a font. And until today, I thought the font was called Wingdings.
Wingding, that's funny.
Wingding. Now there's no G, but this is what. And here's the thing, and I mean for years, because I'm a nerd, so I'm into font names. I'm into all of that. So because I've been on Canva forever. So when you're creating and you're going down the list, or even on your computer, there was a point where you could like choose fonts or whatever. I have always, from the first time that I saw that word, which I cannot count how many years, I've always thought it was wingdings. When he said windings today, I thought I would fall out of this chair because I was right here in this spot this morning doing this thing with him at 9:30. I don't know if y'all know Dead Air, Dennis Mailer.
No, I know who that is. I did a lot of Flappers open mics.
Yeah.
Exactly, he has a studio literally built in his living room.
Yeah, because he's a radio guy. And
you'd like him, Sam. He's a cool dude.
What is he called? What's his name again?
Dead Air. Well, it's Dennis Mailer, but he goes by Dead Air because that's what you don't want in radio. Dead Air, like, So when I tell you I was today years old when I learned that word was winding. And here's the thing, it's not like I've never heard windings, but when I saw that associated with the font, I thought it was wingdings. Like there's no G in it, but you know how you see your eyes see what they're used to seeing. So I saw because of the dings, I just saw it, and it's a curly kind of wavy, wingy font. I thought it said wingdings, but it said windings. And when I saw it and he read it, I thought I would fall out this. You could knock me over with a feather.
I had the same thing with so there's this brand that makes like sauces and stuff in Egypt that in Arabic it says Knorr. Until I moved here and I realized that was the brand that you guys called Knorr. The company translated its own name with the K spelled not silent. So it's in Arabic. That's all we know about it. It's Knorr. And then we come here. It's like, no, it's Knorr. You know the one?
No, I don't know it, but that's funny. That's funny. No, I don't know I don't know.
I
thought you guys would.
I don't know the brand, and you'll have to show me. But I think that's funny because I'm like, you guys are in charge of your stuff. Don't fall to. Do you guys know that American exceptionalism is a thing? Have you ever heard of this? American exceptionalism?
Like, wait, you guys have not heard of that? It's all over the world. Like, I don't know what you guys. What kind of TV are you guys watching, really?
So let me just say this. I guess American exceptionalism is the air that we breathe because we're in America. I just didn't know that it had a name, and I'm working on a bit because I just want to, because Wikipedia defines it. I'm like, the last thing you should do with Wikipedia is okay this. By giving this a space in your hallowed hall, on your hallowed bookshelf of encyclopedias, you have given credence to the bullshit, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I mean, it's already, we know what it all comes from, but I would have never thought that, like, in a space where you could actually read it, that something would say that. But TikTok and Reels, the new universities, teach you everything. And a guy was talking about, it's Black History Month, so there are a lot of good conversations specifically afoot this month. So this guy was talking about it, and he talked about American exceptionalism. And then, I'm like me, as y'all know, I'm a big fan of the green screen. And then his TikTok green screen went to the Wikipedia listing for American exceptionalism. And then I couldn't believe it, so I had to go look it up, and it's there. And I'm developing a bit about it.
Nice.
Because at first in my head, I thought, like, the next day you wake up and again, my brain wants to do what it wants to do. I thought it said white exceptionalism. And so I was
white excellence.
So I was, that's funny. That's part of the new joke. So I literally was in Wikipedia looking for white exceptionalism. I was like, no, I don't think that's what it is, but that's not what they gave it another name. They didn't give it that name. They gave it another name, and then it hit me, American exceptionalism.
Yeah.
So,
there's white privilege and there is American privilege. First world privilege is what I call it when I can pronounce it, apparently.
Say that again. Right, so white privilege, American privilege, and what?
You guys have first world privilege.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, hey, man, if you got, what I mean, clean running water. Oh, yeah, that's a huge one.
But that's not like it to me. It's obviously for me, I'm taking notes right now because I have been working on this joke, and then and I gotta if I don't have it ready for this Black History Month, there'll be others. So I'll have it ready. I'll have it ready for next year. No, I mean obviously I'm gonna do it any time, but I just was blown away, and I didn't. You know what? American Privilege, though, I've heard of. Let me say this. I have a favorite singer because I have many favorite singers. His name is Alan Stone. And Alan Stone is like a Midwesterner white guy, but he has, when he opens his mouth, it's 100,000% soul. If you did not see him, you would not know, that he's a white guy. So, but he has a song on his, not the most recent album, but the previous album, which is called Radius, and he has a song called American Privilege.
Which there you go.
I just thought was a song he wrote. I did not realize. I mean,
these are all comic like concepts. They don't exist, at least as far as I know.
Say that again?
I don't think there's a Wikipedia page about this one.
So not American Privilege, but white.
No, it's just like something I made up. Like
okay,
first world privileges.
First world privilege. But you should check out the song.
What's the name of the artist again?
Alan Stone. Allen. Stone.
Right.
And I'm so bitter, you guys. I got my CD signed at an in-store and then left the freaking physical CD in my Lyft rent-a-car, and every time I went back to try to catch up to the car before it was, I couldn't catch it. I lost. So I have and he had signed it. So I'm still. This was before this was the December before the foolishness. So now I gotta wait until I can either catch him at another record in store or catch him, because I ordered the CD all over again so that when he comes back to LA, I can get my CD signed again. Or whatever. Because I'm still the only person on the planet getting CD signed.
Oh no, I try to get anything and everything I can signed by the artists, whether they be movie stars or music star, anything, especially if it's for the stuff that you really cherish and you really love. I'm a sucker for that shit. I won't lie. I got my copy. It's a DVD, but I don't need a DVD anymore now that they got 4K. But Robert Englund, the actor who played Freddy Krueger, signed my shit, so I can't get rid of it. I gotta keep it.
You can't get rid of it. Yeah, that's a keeper. That's a keeper.
And even my bent up poster that I wish wasn't bent,
right,
it has the actor Ken Foree and George Romero and Tom Savini. And for those who don't know, the legendary George Romero, he's the creator, writer, producer of the original Night of the Living Dead. And he died not long ago. And he signed
I'm not a horror girl. I mean, I'm familiar with the titles. I'm not a horror girl.
But he signed my Dawn of the Dead poster. At that point in time that I got him to sign it, there was a huge thing where you had to pay almost $500 to get even close to him to get the signature because of some charity shit they were doing, which I'm all in support of. I ain't got $500.
I'm still all of my friends who got pictures with Obama because they were able to afford to go into, like, I have friends because they were able to contribute enough at a fundraiser. They have these pictures with, and I just feel like I don't know if anybody campaigned as hard as I do. In my blood, sweat equity, I didn't have, that. But honestly, some of those folks, I mean, and I obviously contributing is a big deal. But there's always space, and especially in that case, like where it's a charity, you're gonna, you just have to stay the course, and just like you got what you.
Oh no! What I did is his granddaughter came up to me and she goes, "You should donate to our charity." Because they had their own charity versus the one they were, not signing stuff for the horror convention or horror sci-fi convention. And then so I go to him and I go, your granddaughter told me you guys are, have a charity. I'd love to donate like $20-$30 to your charity. He's like, yeah. And I go, if you'll sign my poster and let me get a picture with you. Hey, I'm glad I did though, because now that he's passed away.
Right.
I would have regretted that for the rest of my life,
Right. We missed a chance to get a picture with Chadwick Boseman one night at a restaurant in LA, and my phone was full. It wasn't taking pictures, but I forgot that I like Ali has a cell phone, but in that moment, because I'm so used to doing everything with my camera, it didn't occur to me. And then by the time it hit me, like I ran outside, but he was gone. And and it's so funny because I have friends in the business, and they were like, "Well, you didn't." I mean, they like, you didn't get a picture or whatever. And I said no, but I was just thinking that's how y'all feel because this is business for y'all. But for me, this is my child. We were whatever. And then he dies these years later. Yeah. I'm just like, whatever. Speaking of horror, Jordan Peele. I don't even like, and this is my question. like, because I know we have a whole lot to talk about tonight, a lot of good stuff. I know we were talking about horror, so it's hard not to just jump to this
transition. That's fine. That's fine.
Right. Is Jordan Peele's stuff considered horror? Like, what is? Because everybody always tells me it's not scary. Like, you should watch Us. Us is not scary. And I'm
that
like,
one, yeah, that one not as much. Get Out is a lot scarier than that one.
But and that one doesn't, and Get Out interests me more, but I've not seen either because I'm scary. Huh?
You're also not a horror gal.
Yeah, I'm not. Yes, I'm not a horror gal. Thank you. You're teasing me, Sam, because of what I said. Sam, have you seen both Get Out and Us?
I'm also not a horror dude.
Okay.
Like I have never watched any of the Jordan Peele ones. I've heard good things about the first one.
Right. He got an Oscar for best screenplay on.
Oh wow, he got an Oscar for it. I know that.
No, yeah, Get Out. Yeah. If you have to choose between the two, Us and Get Out, yeah, see Get Out.
Get Out, yeah.
I didn't even know that there was an Us. That's how
how
bad the movie did, apparently.
Yeah, it's much respect to him because and I know Dana knows this, to even get a film made. Fucking hard, right? Let alone you're not white. I'm sure I can't imagine. I can't even imagine the length someone has to go to who's also not white trying to make a movie in Hollywood. So
also he's not like a random black guy. Like
I mean, so the good news is he's basically in the Billionaire Boys Club. We'll call it that. That's not what it is. But, the good news is, and also I think, like, trying not to pander to like exceptionalism or all the things, but even the Key and Peele show like had all the right check boxes. They got a Peabody Award. You know what I'm saying? They got a Peabody Award.
I liked Key and Peele. The Racist Zombies is still to this day one of my favorites.
Yeah.
My favorites, yeah, y'all come out to the cookout. Some racist ass white zombies. I love it, man. The black dude walks by. What is it? Jordan Peele walks by the car, and what does the white dude do? The white zombie, locks the fucking door to the car. Whoa.
Just thought provoking always. I mean, my favorite. Here's the thing: my favorites are not as profound. The substitute teacher sketch will always be my favorite. They were supposed to. I so hope that film is still in development because they were supposed to take that one further. Is
there a Balaki?
Yes. The name
Blake, sir. That's it. You go to the principal's office.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I may watch it just tonight, just on general.
Oh no.
So with this new one, like, there was enough talk about Us that I knew what it was about or had some idea, I would say. And here's the thing, if you ask me to tell you, I can't really tell you, but like the trailers were interesting, the trailers gave us enough information that we saw the family, and then we saw like the evil counterpart family. You know what I'm saying? We knew that there was this a dichotomy, this thing going on. With Get Out, people have spoiled it a couple times over. It doesn't matter, so we kind of know. But I was honestly, Stephen, annoyed when I watched this trailer because I'm just like, so I get that there's a mysterious phenomenon that's sweeping through there, but like no hint, like nothing. Like, I mean, you see the little toy spider thing that's there, and you see these bits that are clearly horror bits, but it's like, I also, for the record though, I love the opening send up, because like if you've ever been to film school, then or for film school or learn anything about photography, this is some of the stuff that they teach you early about that. But here's the thing: never even know this is a black man because they don't really, no one talks about that, and you're there in another space. And I love it because I did go to film school. You always recognize the Easter eggs in things. And so for him to start with this is an Easter egg for anybody who's gone to film school or study photography, because this is this is what he said. What they say it is literally what it is.
Let's check out the trailer real quick. We can check it out. Let me see here. Where are we? Here we go. And it's not that long anyway. So here we go.
Right? Okay, well, this is a 2-minute one. I'm trying to think. What did I watched a couple different ones. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh yeah.
You know, he sticks with his collaborators. The little I forget what those things are called.
There's no audio.
Stefan, no audio.
Huh?
No
we
audio
can't
from
hear.
We can't hear anything from the trailer.
Oh, you guys can't hear it?
Mm-mm. It feels like we're having that trailer moment where everything goes dark.
That's weird. I don't know why it's not playing for you guys. Let me see if I can figure something out.
I was trying to look around and see if I saw anything.
Anything now?
Nope.
No. Damn.
I can't see, like, for this one it's tough because it's just like that, you know, you see these things, but it doesn't. It's too.
It's I think it's intentional, like to keep. What was the first one that ever did this? Jaws. Jaws, was it just one Jaw, the movie where for a long time you have not seen the shark, and that's like almost like an homage every time they do any of these creature movies, that they as much as possible try to delay to you to see what the monster. What's his name did it? J.J. Abrams in
Cloverfield. Yeah.
You literally saw the monster at the cut scene at the end of the credits. So it's kind of like the Wilhelm scream. You know that one? The Wilhelm
the one that's in Star Wars too? Ah!
No, it's like a famous sound effect for every time when somebody's dying. It becomes like an inside joke between all the sound editors, and then eventually it became like a fan favorite where you just Google the Wilhelm scream.
Okay.
And then you
like
find out
W-I-L-H.
There's an H in there. It's spelled Willem? The white way. Like, I don't know.
W-I-L-H-E-M? Like, I'm just trying to. I want to look it up. Because I was thinking
W-I-L-H-E-L-M.
Oh, okay. So I was close.
Wilhelm.
That's not the one that's in Star Wars when the people fall off?
It's in every, like, once you hear it, you'll just recognize it in so many things.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
because it's in Star Wars.
I'm about to play it on air.
Whenever any show you watch or movie, somebody gets shot and they fall off somewhere high. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's hilarious.
Can you? Oh, we didn't figure out the audio stuff. Anyways, that was. I'm gonna, guys, officially change my name to Long Story Short. It's gonna happen one day.
There you go.
Also, that one bombed. So the not showing of the monster stuff is almost like a thing now happening in most horror movies. And I'm not a horror dude, like we said. But I think it's clear that it's aliens. Can we say this?
No, it's aliens.
No. Yeah,
it's aliens.
Oh, I didn't.
Because if you watch the trailer, she gets sucked up straight up.
And there's a part where you see that she's looking up and you kind of see a UFO.
Okay. She doesn't seem to get sucked up straight up. That it looked like she went on an angle. The first thing I thought was Wizard of Oz. Like, I thought, not. But
no, there's a point. Yeah, there's a point too in most like UFO movies or, huh?
Was it in the trailer you just showed us?
Yes.
All right, show us. So let's look at it.
You want to see it? You want to look at it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get the sound to work.
I think what happened is that you missed. There's a frame before this where she's looking at the skies, and then you can see kind of like a frame of some sort of a UFO ship, a mothership, something that looks like an alien thing. And then the next scene is her flying in the air.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me.
So I think that's what you missed.
I was just like, what on? I said, are you? I said, Jordan, just don't M. Night Shyamalan us. Like, don't like go the way of like, whatever. I mean, here's the thing: they keep giving the Good Brother movie, so I'm not mad. I just know that everybody couldn't get away with like I don't know that any of his movies. I've yet to hear somebody say that anything was as good as The Sixth Sense, but they have not stopped him from making films. And I don't think he should be stopped.
Share the audio button again. Damn it.
It's okay. I'm gonna hawk the screen, and then I know we have to talk about other stuff, but like we were talking about horror, so how could we not?
No, you're good. Share audio. Okay, I did hit the share audio this time. Maybe I didn't last time, but I did this time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because we're not in? Okay, let's see. All right, can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, no, I didn't. Oh no. Okay, yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. Go back here. We're gonna do this again. Here we go. Can you guys hear it?
Mm-mm.
Dang, I hit the share audio and it's still not working, huh?
Is it probably because it's like you have OBS?
No, this is through StreamYard.
Oh, so the headphones?
You think it's my headphones, maybe?
Yeah.
Let me see. Try this. Tell me if you guys can hear it now.
Mm-mm.
Can you hear it?
No. Mm-mm. Still nothing. Oh well. Is the tab itself muted from Chrome?
Can you guys hear it then?
It's not playing.
It's not okay.
No, just play it and then we'll hear. Nope.
Dang, you still can't hear it. That's weird. That's so weird. Okay, I put some captions on it too, because I don't want to. I'll try to figure this out.
Okay, Dana, you do all the voices for all the black people because I can't.
And
then I'm gonna do all the sound effects.
So I'm trying to watch to see this moment. Okay, that I gotta catch, because if I see her go up, then I've missed what you guys said was the moment where there's some kind of.
So normally UFO scary movies or just UFO movies are normally known for when the UFOs come. Electronics, just like Independence Day, they don't work.
Got it. Okay, so thank you. That's a clue. All right.
Well, that's one of the little mainstays. Okay. And then floating lights. Everybody complains about floating lights.
Okay, but that just looked like the lights of a car.
And then the animals reacting to.
Right. The horses, earthquakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural disasters.
So they're looking at are they looking at the phenomenon?
Well, in the Village of the Damned, when the UFOs came, you could only go so far.
Wait. So was that an alien on the motorcycle? What was that? Can you go back, Stephen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's the ET thing.
Yeah.
Okay. He's looking up. I guess so. But I was just trying to figure out what was. I have to admit, on the motorcycle, I kept trying to figure out, like, well, what is the Silver Stormtrooper?
Like right here?
No. Go back, and keep going. Right there. Is that a person with a helmet?
No, yeah, that's a person. Yeah, that's a person. He's trying to film the phenomenon.
Okay.
That's actually Daft Punk.
Yeah, that's very, very much. And then because of what was reflecting. So wait. So is that? So maybe in the is that his camera? Or do we think that that's like a UFO reflecting in the mirror? Like, do y'all see the dark?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah.
It's y'all's fault. Now I'm looking for everything. So now I'm seeing everything. Okay. So I see what you're right. These are the classic tropes of alien trouble. But that's it. That ET thing, I still wouldn't even include in from the ET thing. Or the ET whatever. So okay, so that's the light. Okay.
So right here.
Okay.
Any second.
They cut away. They're gonna cut back. Okay. So all right. So yeah, true. Okay. Now that was, that right there wasn't in the trailer. I saw that. So right okay. But she looked like, to me. Okay, I see what y'all are saying. But it looked like to me she went up more on an angle. But I see what you're saying. Like, yeah. It is the way of spaceship. Okay.
I like how Dina's like, well, the angle was not right. So it's not alien abduction. Like, we all know that.
To me, to me because I'm
a rapture angle. That's really the only time can be alien.
And this is from the person who does not watch this stuff. So these, I see some of the classic tropes, but not all of them. So all right, got it.
Oh,
so,
wait, let me do my. If we're doing classic tropes, can I do my hacky horror joke?
Sure, yes, please.
So wow, a horror movie with all black people, so the entire cast dies in the first scene.
Oh jeez.
I can't. Here's the thing. I mean, I can't be mad at the joke because there was a time, I what did you call him? Oh my God, very good joke, Sam. When the Sam Jackson, whichever Star Wars he was in, our guy, nothing is coming to me in these moments.
Mace Windu.
Oh my God, Aaron McGruder's cartoon.
Oh, okay.
What is Boondocks? So like in the Boondocks strip, the first thing he says, "Well, I hope Sam Jackson doesn't die in the first scene." Like that's the opening of that. So no, I totally get it. So speaking of comedy and doing your bits, Tip T.I. doing comedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So I saw it live in person. Anybody?
Oh wow, nice. How long was his set?
Like 20 minutes. Like he did a good set. Like he didn't come in and do a type 5 or a type 7. Like they let him rock. And I don't know why I thought we were okay. Like so when Victoria was here, we kind of talked about it because I saw it. I was in here the week after, like it was Thursday night that I saw it. So then the following Thursday I was with us. Yeah, I'm like Usher was in the audience. His wife came to see him. It was cool. It was funny. I mean, I got the thing that people keep asking, what I said, you just got to stay with it. He's got clearly some great folks writing with him and writing great material. He's of course a man with incredible stories because he's been around the world a few times and had TV. He's done movies, he's done all the things. So so good jokes. Like of course now we're a few more weeks away from it, so I can't remember all the jokes. But one of the bits that I enjoyed the most, even though again he's got to keep working his comedy chops, he talked about, he's like, ladies, of all the things that you could pick for enhancing, eyelashes. There is not a man whose dick ever got hard because of your eyelashes.
Thank you. Yes.
So,
okay. So here's my perspective on this. I tried this joke until I got yelled at. So I was like, okay, great, we'll stop. Because apparently all women came to me and they started yelling like, "We don't do the eyelashes for men. Are you crazy? We do this for us." So I can't.
And here's the thing. No one's gonna yell it out because that's the tough part about somebody being a TI. We agree that it doesn't make anybody's dick hard, but yes, the answer from a female comedian that would say to him, but but it doesn't. People have access to you, so that's the reason they're going to harass you. For the record, it's a good joke, but the challenge is it does. There are like I remember distinctly long before I was a comedian, and somebody was like, "Well, how do you wear your hair so short?" And I said, "Because it's beautiful to me," but. And this person who was a little younger than me was just like trying to really have a conversation with me about like why my point of reference to the women's point that argue with you is not what a man thinks. Because I don't get up every day worried about what a man thinks. And at that time I wasn't a comedian. I just want to say you all 90% of the time don't know what you fucking want anyway. What kind of fool would I fucking be trying to run behind what y'all want? You know what I'm saying? Like trying to dress myself whatever, because that's the Dana Carey y'all don't know. That's the
I feel you. I feel you.
Now that I'm like, what? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What?
Now that now that I'm a newly single person, I definitely understand that. It's like the whole thing with women wanting guys that are just 6 feet tall and that's it. And then you got guys that are like, what do you want me to do about that? What do you want me to do? Somebody want to break these legs and extend them?
Will be. Because at the end of the day, say that again. I'm sorry, Sam.
That's actually exactly how they do it. Like what he said as a joke is the medical way of how they make people taller,
shorter, taller.
I've heard they break your shit and then the pins and the screws
and then they put them they break your leg at a certain space. and then they put them together, but not on each other. Like they leave them a millimeter apart, so that your body will just fill in the gaps.
Yeah, because the bone will grow. The bones
and
will.
then they keep doing that
they
for
want to
like
connect.
6-7 years until you become taller. They usually do it to like what's the correct term? Dwarfs who want to be taller.
Taller. Okay, I was gonna say who's
that was
doing
the scientific
that,
segment of this podcast. I'm sorry. Back to our regularly.
He was saying that was our medical.
That was our medical segment of this podcast. Yeah.
Thank you. I was so blind and myopic in that moment. I was just like, well, who's doing that? Dwarfs. Yes. Okay, Dana. Yeah, because there's a population of people who they're having a little struggle with that.
Dan said eyelashes can make you hard if they tickle you right.
Right. And so funny thing, Dan. That's what a woman responded when he kept saying, it ain't never made nobody's dick hard. She's like, that's because you don't know what to do with them. See, literally, there was a woman, not him, obviously, but
No, yeah.
That's the answer. But I agree with Sam's answer. Like, eyelashes not for y'all.
No, it's not.
But
we give up on this.
Every person can be, different for whatever, turns them on or gets their attention. Everybody's different. It's kind of like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang with the toes.
Right. But I still think, but to the point of how he did, I think it's a good bit. I think what he'd have to do is go down the list of the things. I think he has to carry it all the way. Go down the list of things that we do that don't impress them, and then he has to punch it with. I know y'all were saying it's not for us, but blah blah blah. There's a punch there. There's something he could do that. There's a bit there, but as a joke. But again, as someone who's a new comic, I appreciated that he's minding the space. He's starting to do what we do, like look at making the observations, making so. But no. I think he'll take it further. But he certainly knows how to command a stage. Made us all come close, like the campfire. He's got, and he has stage presence on giant stages. So he definitely, but he knew how to turn it in and do the thing in that room. And obviously there's a part of us, I pray, that wants to see some. Comics to me, and I saw this, and we're a welcoming community. And so I felt like that what that was about was welcoming him into the community, and that's what folks did that night. He just if he's serious about it, prayerfully he will stay with it and continue to get better and continue to be coached and all that. But
I mean, people should be able to laugh at anything. We can't make jokes based on the fact that we're worried we're going to offend or so-and-so may not like it, so I can't go that route. Just write it, dude. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Because not all jokes are for everyone.
Right, and not all comedians are everybody's got. We all got the people we like, and that's really,
we all eat different styles of food, and some people may not like some of those styles. Life moves on. Keep trucking.
Somebody was trying to say something to me. I said, somebody was telling me something, and I was like, I said, if that's not funny, they're not for me, and that's okay. That's why there's a lot of comedians, because you can then go find who works for you. What works for you.
Yeah, so there's sauces for everybody.
I think the fun was, yes.
I just want to there's food and there's fast food. We have two different categories for them. They are food, but we don't treat them the same. Yeah. And I'm not saying anything. I'm a fan of fast food. I literally, my 95% of my diet is fast food, so I'm not saying anything against fast food. But my thing is, you're coming from a different angle. It should not be called stand-up at this point. He should be compared to Jamie Foxx, like other people who are already famous. I'm going to see the person that I like his songs do stand-up. That's a different form.
I disagree, Sam. I disagree.
I'll give an example. Mm-hmm. Did you back in the day when Kevin Hart was doing the Chateau?
A few months. You saying back in the day, like it was years ago, like 2 months ago when he did this.
For a month, time stopped in my head. I have no idea. So when we were doing we went all of us to go see Kevin Hart, work out his material.
Right.
And if you're watching him do jokes that, like, I was sitting next to Keith Graber, and we're both comedy snobs, so we're like nudging each other every time he has a premise that is a hacky premise that we've heard at an open mic thousands of times that we're sick of. but it was getting laughs. Why? Because this is Kevin Hart. This is Kevin Hart doing it. At this point, Kevin Hart is doing a different type of stand-up. He's a celebrity, and he's still like he's what he's doing is different than what anyone else is doing, because he even talks about how I'm too famous right now, I can't do anything. So you want to go hear that perspective of the famous. So now we're gonna go CTI, hear his perspective as a musician who turned into stand-up. Is he funny or not? Time will tell. And really, that's the part where we as stand-ups are very welcoming. You want to swim? Come on, here's the water. Do you know how to swim, or are you gonna drown? We're not gonna help you, but come on in, drown with us. Really, that's
right.
But he has too many Bentleys to be a stand-up.
Too many what?
Like that's it.
I see what you're saying. He said he has too many Bentleys.
Damn! I think that I disagree. Like, and here's the thing, I'm not necessarily sympathetic. I just and I am a fan, although I disagree with some of the things that he's been caught out in the media lately doing, the whole the gynecologist thing with his daughter, all the other foolishness, and if the some of the other things are true about him and his wife, and say whatever, that none of, and here's the all of that gets out of the media. It's none of my business. I don't really care. But I just think it's possible to change. I mean, because what you're essentially saying, or what I feel like I am hearing, is that someone at that level, having gotten this amount of fame doing this thing, can't shift careers and be taken seriously in this other career. Is that what?
Probably deeper in the by the comic community.
Hold on, Stephen.
It's a different animal. No, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, what's gonna make or break him is how good he is. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's not doing stand-up the same way we're doing stand-up. So I can't even compare, like, with all the people who are hating or whatever. Like, I can't even compare, because he's doing something else. Like, you're playing a completely different. Yeah, it's food, but it's just a complete. I'm doing gourmet. Like,
Sam, you're frozen. I disagree. I think he is doing stand-up though, but you're frozen. Is it just me? Maybe it's my system. Am I the only one?
It's you a little bit.
So I'm not frozen. Okay. I stopped. I thought I was frozen.
No. But I get both perspectives, which are both.
Yeah, again, respect to him, and like whatever we have about his jokes, it's just because, like you said, he's only doing this for a year. I can't go to anyone who's doing. What's the name of the guy who used to do wrestling, and then Joe Rogan dragged him into becoming a stand-up as well.
It was a wrestler. It was a wrestler.
Yeah, white guy.
All right. Hold on. Did I disappear?
You froze for just a little bit. You just froze for a little bit. You're back.
It felt like forever. Forever. Everybody's screen was black, and then I realized it's not them, it's me. Okay.
Yeah, so you said there's a wrestler, Sam, that started doing stand-up?
Brendan Shaw, whatever his name is. You guys know him?
The Schwab guy, Brendan Schwab. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's like
he did stand-up, and then
he's still around.
Is he?
Oh yeah. See, that's a thing. Yeah, he's a former UFC fighter. You are correct, Ed. No, yeah. So that's the thing. Like he has a podcast. It's pretty successful. He does stand up. I just want to say this, and that doesn't mean the Brendan dude's good or bad, right? That's the hard thing about any entertainment. It's subjective. But the big community as comics, right? We are going to see things that we are like, right? But the audience doesn't know that shit, right? So if the Kool-Aid tastes good, they're going to drink it, or the soda, whatever it is, right? And that's the hardest. That's like the joke that T.I. had, I was telling you about earlier, Sam, where he was saying, how he goes into a club, a lot of people come, and the comedians who've been doing it for a while are upset, right? Because they don't feel that he's earned the laughs. I know that's a part of it. That's a huge part.
Right.
But the thing is that you kind of have to just network with this gentleman, work with this gentleman, do the best you can to do your own shit, and just, work your shit out too. Fuck it, man.
That's all I was going to say.
Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that now, and especially with you guys, with what you guys are saying,
Yeah.
What we call stand-up right now is the thing that we do between us where we go meet in open mics. That's what stand-up us first. But what the industry and the audience is for stand-up, there's so many podcasts of just random people who have like day jobs that are hugely successful.
Yeah.
And we don't know that they exist.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
To their audience. And that's what this becoming right now, is like you find your niche and people follow you and then everything else will come. But can we call podcast stand up?
Well,
No, but I guess I'm trying to follow, and then obviously my thing froze. Like, so here I'll say this.
Making points, and Dana's not here to hear them.
No, I know that sucks. I was mad. Because it felt like it was an eternity. I took both of my smaller devices off the Wi-Fi to make sure that I'm not overloading, because I have Spectrum on this particular computer because it's older. It only takes the 2G, not the 5G, and so I had my my phones nearby, so I took both of them off, even though they both should be on 5G anyway. I took them both off Wi-Fi. Period. See if I could get back. So when you melted away, it was you were just saying that you felt like what he's doing is not necessarily stand up because of how he enters, because of where he enters. He enters from a place of too many Bentleys.
No, it doesn't matter where he enters from. If he finds his audience, and most of the audience that are gonna come to him are his audience that love him, and then we'll go see him.
Yeah.
If he's good, then he's gonna be a Brandon Schwab apparently. He's still gonna have a following and his career is gonna go on. But I'm guessing between us, we don't call this stand-up because it's the same success of somebody who has a successful podcast. It's great. I'm not against it. There's a lot of people to fill both of us. Like you're not cutting into my pie.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
call it stand-up. Like I guess what I'm trying to ascertain from everything you're saying is just because of where he enters, and because, like you said, the difference is he's like kind of an automatic fan base. How does that make it not stand up just because he kind of has an automatic audience? Or like he has a following? Is that what we're saying makes it not stand up, because he hasn't had to like grind out building an audience and building a brand and like all the things?
Not to us. That's it. Not to us, but to everyone else. Yes, of course. For us, like what I'm saying is, I can't get mad at him for the way he entered it, because I can't compare myself to him. That's my entire point.
You can't relate to him, basically.
Yeah, it's not like I can't relate. I don't care. Go ahead, do whatever you are. If you're funny to your audience. If you're funny abroad, that even better. So I'm not feeling like resentment or this is
right. No, so I don't think you are. But when you say it's not stand up, I'm trying to understand.
To us, it's not stand up. To me, to us.
Okay.
Because stand up for me. I just a big part of stand up now, and this is just has been all inside baseball about stand up. It's like this the struggle, the hustle, the joke is not working. I don't have money. I don't blah blah blah.
Right. So that's what I was asking earlier. So are we saying that?
No, that part, just for us. Again, not for him. He's fine. He can still be funny. Where I'm not against that, but I'm just saying I can't get mad at him because our struggle is different than his, and that's that's what's making us. That's what's giving us this. Like classes are graduating. You see people who are like, oh man, there's a light at the end of this tunnel. You see people passing by. I think that became our addiction and our life, to the point that when somebody comes and doesn't have this, I'm like, great, but this is what I care about. The community we make through the struggle. This is how we're gonna work together. We're gonna work with each other. Unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm not gonna see him.
I hear all of that, but I still am trying to. So this is what I asked earlier, but I feel like you keep saying no, that's not what it is, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds.
I'm in the middle. I'm literally in the middle.
Okay, but when I say when you say it's not stand-up, it is because you're defining stand-up as not just the stage work, but all of the things that come with the journey itself, which is, you know, the hardships and blah, 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 and all whatever experience, Lord have mercy, all of us have it.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to. So at first, when I said, "Are you saying that that's not stand up because of that?" You said, "No, that's not what I'm saying." Because then that is, but that's. Now I feel like that is what you're saying. Like you're saying that we're not just talking about the work on the physical stage. That stand up is the work on the stage. It's getting to mics. It's getting there, working out your jokes,
paying your dues,
doing open mics. It's. I'm not going to that necessarily those words, but I hear you. It's like all of these things make up stand up, and so because he's not necessarily hitting all of the check boxes, is it your thought or premise that he's not doing stand up because he doesn't hit all of those check boxes? And when I say that, not that you're not that you're for or against him. I'm just trying to get it when you said those words. I just want to be clear.
We have a saying in Egypt. We said the water will test the swimmer. You can tell me that I'm the greatest swimmer. Okay, here's water. Show me. And that's really how I feel about it. It's like, great, come on in, do your thing. That's really what this entire field is. You're funny. You can consistently remain funny. Go ahead. All I'm saying is that I'm not against people who come from different backgrounds. I personally wouldn't say that this is stand-up. Personally,
because
how do I say this differently? I see that like whatever I have right now or whatever I had 7 years ago, by time it's getting better. So that for me, stand-up is the 15 years, 17 years. That is how you become a better stand-up. He starts now. I don't care how he starts, but go ahead, do the 17, 15 years. If you can get a shortcut and get them better, good for you. I'm just going to keep doing the 15, 17 minutes and 17 years. And I don't have any hard feelings towards anyone who does it in shorter. I'm just not going to call it stand-up. That's it.
No, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't know if that made any sense.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like I got it, but I feel like every time I think I got it and I say it back to you, you say no, that's not it.
It's the middle. Like I'm really in the middle. We're like, come on in.
I guess, but I'm not putting you at any end. I'm just trying to make sure that because all I keep hearing every time you restate it is that there are check boxes that define what stand-up is to you. So and it's all the things, yes, to you, the 15 to 17 years, the different things. And when you say you're not going to call it, as we refer to TI, stand-up, all I'm hearing, based on what you're saying, is that there's some check boxes that aren't gonna be hit, and will honestly never. I won't say never be hit because obviously if he does it for 15 to 17 years, he will in fact get better. Now, but so I feel like I understand you. I just feel like every time I repeat it back to you, you keep saying that that's not it. But I keep hearing the same thing, that by define, and I get what you're saying. I don't agree or disagree with, I guess I just disagree with the idea that if it doesn't check all these particular boxes, it's not stand-up. However, the thing that you've made clear that I love is this is how you feel. It is not a representation of 5 or more comics, and so I respect that.
Right? You're a cook.
Huh?
You cook.
I'm a what?
You're a cook. You're a chef. You could do cooking.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Am I just like coming through?
No, I see what
you're saying. I know where you're going, but sometimes, I don't.
You are right. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? I sold pies. I did at one point consider myself a pie specialist, a baker, and I considered myself a baker. I made pies. Okay. I sold pies for a little while, and then when I didn't want to do that anymore, I stopped doing it. I don't necessarily think I don't think I'm not a baker. I think I'm still a baker. I just don't necessarily bake anymore.
I'm not accusing you of being a baker, Dana.
Damn it, you're a baker.
So you
said cook, so I was trying to think, like, because my son is a better cook, not a chef, but he's a cook.
I see what you're saying, Sam. He's coming in saying he's a chef like everybody else.
Exactly.
But he's not. He just knows how to cook.
And I'm not saying that the food he cooks is
I get low quality. That's a very good analogy.
Or it's not that it's just not the type.
He's a cook like everybody else, but let's not put him on a pedestal to claim he's a chef.
Exactly.
Because
you're coming in from.
So are you not a comedian, Sam? Is that what's happening here?
No, I just cook different food. Not necessarily my food is better.
I guess I'm still trying to understand, because by that definition, then I'm not necessarily a comedian, but I know the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 2.5 years in, but I've been cooking for a short amount of time, but I know what I'm doing, and I just want to get better.
He's just saying better. That I think also too that the community, not maybe I can't speak for the whole community, but that because he is on a pedestal, he's in a space where he can kind of label that he's a chef, but anybody and everybody can cook. To be a chef, it takes years and it takes some skill.
So y'all, so what that still whittles down to, but by that definition, you're basically saying he doesn't have the right to call himself a comedian because he hasn't been telling jokes for a very long time. T.I. doesn't need me to defend.
Without
that
that part,
know I exist. He doesn't give a
no.
But I'm just trying to hear you.
Without that part, you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. I started writing essays and I called myself a writer. No one cares. Like it's well, you can call yourself whatever you want. Yeah. The game, it takes years. Everybody who makes it in 7 years or 8 years, unless they're really good, makes it 7 years. It still takes. And I think somebody else in the comment was talking about this too.
Yeah, Ed, I love it. I mean, we
exactly.
I don't necessarily want to be 3 against 1 on the gender side, but I
no. But that's really the point of, like, okay, here you've had your success, you've had your fame, get you through the door, and you've had the endorsement of so many funny stand-ups in the industry when he came in, and then he dipped, and then he did the podcast, and then he kept working, and now he's still here. Is he still as big as?
Who are we talking about? Wait.
Oh, you're talking about Brandon Schwab.
Oh, okay.
Just highlighted right now.
Yeah, he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah. Do I tell you don't come in because you're a UFC fighter? No, come do the game.
Shoot.
I'm not gonna repeat that part because that part confuses people, so I'm gonna leave that part out. Or I'm gonna say again how I would call it, blah blah blah. But that's it.
I don't know. Like,
I get what both of you are.
You keep saying what you're getting, and every time you repeat it, it just sounds more interesting. Like you keep, and I don't doubt that.
I confuse you when I go into that part, but like I don't wanna like we agree.
I think this is a great topic though. Like just because the thing is, I love this work, and I'm not comparing myself to T.I. in that regard. But I've been at it a short amount of time, but I've managed to get a lot done, but all I want to do is keep going and keep getting better. But by what you're saying, Stefan, when you say you understand it, I may have been calling myself a comedian too early. If I haven't done my 5 years.
I've got comments on that as well. So I mean.
So that's why I'm just trying to.
I included you in the stuff when we said we.
Oh,
we. Yeah. I know. I feel I'm in the we, but here's the thing. I'm not. Well, for me, I think T.I. is in the we too, and I think that's where we differ. And that's it. I think. Yeah.
No, I mean, everybody is definitely, no matter where we are in life, we're all, if he feels that he is, and he believes that he is, and he's going at it. Like the video I saw, he was at a place that didn't look like any place I've ever seen. It looked like a dive bar, and he's there just doing it. He's working the material. But I think it's awesome that he's doing it, and I'm happy that there's anybody bringing any attention to stand up. Honestly, of course, I just feel for anybody who's already famous trying to do it in any field. I only say that not
but
because
you just feel for anybody who's famous trying to do it. What? Say that again.
In any form of entertainment, because the audience is coming because you're already famous. You know what I mean? I feel like it would make doing material harder because I forget what the comedian's name is, but there was a comedian who even said, I'm famous now, so making comedy is harder for me. And the guy's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, because immediately I get 30 minutes of free laughs, even if the jokes suck, because of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so he's like, so coming up with material is really hard for me because I need my colleagues as well as the audience to tell me, not just the audience, because he was saying, because at the stage I am in fame, I can get away with a lot of bad material that's not really that funny, but because of my presence, people laugh anyway. Right. That's
right. Remember Victoria we did Victoria talked to whoever you're talking about. Victoria was talking about that person, or maybe she was talking about because she was still with us when we were having the Kevin Hart conversations, and then, but I remember her making that point about even kind of a Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think it gets tricky when we. Say that again. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
Gad Elmaleh. He's a French comedian who has been called the French Seinfeld because he's been killing in France for years, and then he got to that point where every time he goes on stage, he's like, when I'm talking, people are laughing. So he quit doing stand-up in French and then came over to America to do it in English. And he was like, when they were doing a documentary about him, he was just like about how he's bombing.
Yeah, Chappelle had
he's like, come on in, swim.
Yeah.
Sam, text me his name. I kind of would like to see. I'm just curious. Well, I think it's a great conversation, but like I said, I stand by what I say. I think only time will tell us. It's going to require him to stick with it to get better. And because I feel like, and in that regard, we're all doing the same thing. And and I have a couple of great mentors, and they're just always like, the first thing that one of them will say is, you may be new, but you're moving fast, and you're gonna, and they said it's gonna go fast for you. You're gonna get opportunities.
Oh no, yeah,
you're gonna get them fast. But I don't. But I don't. And of course, I don't take any of it for granted. I don't think. I think if we could ask T.I., I don't think he's taking any of it for granted. I think, he could. I don't know his mind. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't, I think he takes it, he was, because he literally, he was up there doing his best. Some moments kind of worked, some moments, and certainly because there are only jokes he can tell. Like one of his first jokes was, remember, some of this will be funny and some of this may not be funny.
He said that in the one I watched.
Right, but he says, but I'm a superstar. I'm not a comedian or something like that. You have to do some kind of whatever. I don't want to mess it up. But I think that's a good joke. That's first.
Oh yeah.
No matter whether you think it's 100% true or not, I think it's still a good joke, and it is a joke only he can tell.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing that I said, which is, I'm a superstar, I'm not a comedian. That's exactly my point.
Right. Okay. So there it is. But I still think he's a comedian. I just think he's somebody
I'm sure there are superstar comedians.
He's not one of those yet. He's not one of those.
He's just starting at a different level. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle is a superstar comedian.
No, he'll know the test. He's gonna be.
And I guess the only reason I'm like, just kind of, trying to get clear, because I look at somebody like Cher, who, because I'm the one person here old enough to know when she was not acting. You know what I'm saying? And she went on to take that bull by the horns and win an Oscar. I mean, and everybody here, you all are old enough to know when Queen Latifah was not acting. And
of course.
Became Oscar nominated. And and here's the thing, I'm not one of those people, I don't poo-poo on awards. I think that they do mean something. I think that they reflect a level of where you are. Now we can argue sometimes about who got it over somebody else, but I'm not here. So I mentioned, I use that as a frame of reference to say that someone like a Cher, who I grew up watching Sonny and Cher, watching her just as the singer, just as whatever.
I got you, babe.
Like all of that, the variety show that they had and the sketches that they would do with the Jackson 5 and with all the things, and and then watching her become an actress. Admittedly, she didn't necessarily have to do 30 films, but she did what she did, and then Moonstruck, and she got an Oscar.
Moonstruck is great. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? All the things. So I don't know. I guess I just see like time will just tell us. And
no, yeah. If he keeps at it,
and I think what you said, honestly, my biggest takeaway is if you're a swimmer, the water will tell us. Period. At the end of the day,
and that
the water will tell us.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean don't swim, but just
no. But if you jump in it,
yeah,
if you jump in it, the water will tell us.
Swim. And then you can be clumsy and like you can doggy paddle the first time, and then you learn to swim. And then for some people that takes 15 years, for some people that takes 25 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, I get you.
But I look forward to seeing him again and checking him out. If the opportunity presents, he does some more pop up. He went to the Laugh Factory. I saw him at Crack 'Em Up Thursdays a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, whenever that was. Fun stuff. Sean Porter was in there that night that we saw him.
Oh,
and Sean was coming from another show that he had been on, so we sat and chatted, and the whole time we were chatting, I saw them bring T.I. Like I saw Eli them clear the space so that T.I. and the whole entourage would have somewhere to sit, and so just as we were getting to the end, Sean leaves, and then even before Sean left. Sean is talking to me about a whole bunch of whatever. And so I'm watching, listening to Sean, but I've always been the way that I am, which is nosy. I want to see I check out what's going on in the whole room. And I don't think nosy is a bad thing, but I'm always watching the whole room. And so I've seen T.I. come in and be seated in the whole nine. Sean's talking to me. So eventually I just say to Sean, I was like, you do know T.I. and his wife just walked in here. He's like, no, where are they? I said, they're right there, like they're right below us. And that was that. Yeah. So, and at that time, because it was 2 weeks, literally I was 2 weeks in, Sean leaves. And the next thing I know, I feel like T.I. is on stage or getting ready to come to stage or whatever. And Sean has come back, grabbed me on the shoulder, like, this trying to do comedy? I said, dude.
And Sean would have opinions.
And I was like, well, why do you think he's here? Like I know it's new news, but like I know it's new news. I said, but what you watching? Like, I mean, like I don't
funny
know.
song that he's gonna do.
No, I'm
funny
just saying,
rap that he wants to try at a comedy club.
Here's the thing. I think that's an avenue, but someone has probably said, well, don't do that because people.
Now she's frozen.
That's okay. She'll be back.
Okay.
No. I. Oh wait.
I'm frozen.
Oh, there you go.
I'm frozen in my back.
She's killing over there.
What I was saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dana.
It means the conversation is over.
Oh man. Oh man. All right.
So if anyone is wondering what's happening, we here at Therapy of the Absurd, we're giving women only 78% of the bandwidth. So
78% of the bandwidth.
She's only here available 78% of the podcast. The rest is frozen.
Am I back?
But we're doing it because she's a woman, not because she's black. Like, I just want to be sure we're sexist, not racist. There's a difference.
All right.
Dana, are you back?
Oh, wait.
I'm back.
You froze in the middle of that. Yeah, you froze in the middle of it. Are you back? Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Oh yes. Before we wrap it up, we're going to look.
We
at
didn't talk about the
photos.
Super Bowl. As hungry as I am,
yeah, we're gonna do that right now, real quick.
Okay.
We also want to talk about history in the making, really, for those of us who are huge rap hip hop fans. I know certainly I am. I grew up on Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and everybody else that was there, but especially Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I didn't really get into, I'm not going to lie about it, I didn't get into Eminem for a long time.
Really?
Long time, because I was like, this white guy, get out of here.
See, he's T-eyeing Eminem right now.
Because I didn't know.
He's too white. He can't.
I honestly didn't know, and I loved what Dr. Dre did around his rap, and appreciated that. But there were certain things in the earlier stages it just didn't do nothing to me. And then out of nowhere, I heard a song that he did called Rap God. Now, if you have not heard Rap God, holy shit. Go listen to that. Okay. And after I heard that, and I heard the song he did for the soundtrack for the movie Venom, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to listen. But no matter what, Dr. Dre all day, every day. I fucking love the Chronic CD, and I love the second CD that he did.
2001.
Oh yeah, just fucking amazing, man. Oh my god, that's like my childhood and my like junior high school years, man.
It's so funny because of course I was in college when all of that came out. Like just for the record, like I was in college when all of it came out.
Oh yeah,
so
and that's my yeah.
It's my music. So I would say this though. I thought all of the performances were stellar. Of course, like all of it. Mary, I am a day one Mary J. Blige fan. Like still remember seeing her on Teen fucking Summit on BET. Y'all probably don't even know what Teen Summit is. Like the programming of BET before BET left DC. All the different little the video what was Video Soul. All these things. So I'm a day one Mary J. Blige fan. So seeing her, of course, is anytime, and I've seen her live a few times. Got to meet her gazillion years. It turns out one of the kids I teach, their dad is a I guess he's like kind of he's a personal chef when like based in LA. Oh. So he was her personal chef when she was in town or whatever. But all that stuff aside, it's funny how the world connects.
Yeah.
For me, the performance, and here's the thing, Eminem did my favorite Eminem song, which is Lose Yourself. Like, oh my gosh. But the performance of the night was that Kendrick Lamar. Like, I don't care what nobody say. If there was a Super Bowl trophy to give to each of them, and we're not pitting them against each other, what Kendrick did, oh my God, he channeled something incredibly special. Like he slayed it. But like the whole thing, like and to me, I think what I loved about it most, besides the historic aspect of it being hip hop driven anyway, which is historic. And but to me, the other side of that is there is enough in the rear view mirror on hip hop that this moment exists. I don't know, I don't any sooner than this past Sunday. It may not have felt as huge, like, but because a couple of years ago when Missy came out on Katy Perry and that was like the surprise guest. That was a divine moment. That shit was so hot, like, because we did not expect it, and it was like, Missy, and we had been missing Missy. She'd been absent, kind of from the space or whatever. But it was definitely historic. It was definitely freaking awesome. It was definitely an incredible day for hip hop music because hip hop is now like 40 years old. Like, shoot, hip hop is 77. Yeah, so hip hop is. Yeah, some people say so. So we'll call it 77 for lack of 77, 78. So hip hop is over 40 years old. We're still shy, about 6 years shy of 50 years old as a genre of music, in this country. So I feel like, and it encapsulated so many generations, of those who've enjoyed the music. Interesting. I saw a bit. Of course, it wasn't something that crept up to my doors in an organic way, but. Apparently there was a tug of war because all of those artists are Gen X in terms of age. None of them are millennial in terms of age. They probably have had the most, as Stefan just would have highlighted, the greatest impact on the formative years of millennial and Gen Z children, babies, but the artists themselves chronologically are all Gen Xers. And apparently millennials were trying to take credit for them. And apparently there was like a tug of war, I don't know, on Twitter or whatever space between Gen Xers and millennials for who, Dre and and I tell you about, Kendrick is a millennial. Kendrick may be a Gen Z, I'm not sure if he's under 40 or over, but nonetheless, so that was the only thing I heard that was interesting. Like, but when you are in fact a Gen Z at a certain birthday, which I'm at that birthday, I don't care. Like these are my folks. Like these are my artists. These are Gen X people. I don't, like, so whatever. So that was something I thought, I was like, I don't know if that's in my head. I'm like, is that really newsworthy that Gen X and millennials were fighting over who gets to claim Dre, to claim Dre, Snoop, Mary, and well, again, not Kendrick because he's the baby of the bunch, or whatever. So that's all. And we were all, and 50 Cent, but we were all looking for
hey shorty, it's
we were all looking for the Tupac hologram. we didn't, I had somebody had already
when they did California Love,
but we thought that the Tupac hologram would have been incredible.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope as fuck. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I Mary J. Blige, get this out real quick. To Cal, Method Man, when that album came out, You're All That I Need to Get By. Holy shit!
The song, yeah.
My daughter's like, Ariana Grande is so much better than Mary J. Blige. I'm like, yeah, no.
I would poke your daughter right in her forehead. I would poke her.
You know what I mean? Your 8-year-old opinion doesn't matter.
Right now. Like it's irrelevant. It's two people I will fight and cuss over. I will fight over Oprah, and I will fight over Mary J.
Bam.
Yeah, like
Bam, Mary J. Blige. Bam, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, I would just poke her. Bam. Right here. I would just poke her. And here's the thing. I think Ariana Grande is talented, but like you said,
her Taco Bell Grande.
So no one here is gonna mention how Snoop Dogg came out dressed like one of our rugs.
Oh Jesus!
Like no one is gonna talk about this.
Like
I was waiting for somebody to comment.
A Persian kind of rug we talking about?
And he came like, it looked Egyptian. This one.
Oh, okay.
That was racist of you to assume that all rugs look Persian, but I'm
my bad.
I did not think that.
It's my American privilege. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Is that
oh, that's nice.
That was funny. That was funny, but like I didn't because he was basically dressed in the blue bandana situation from head to toe because he's
it's a rug. Like I almost started reading a couple of verses from the Quran when I saw him. Like I was like, are we praying? Like, is this happening? I'm ready.
Good joke.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. I posted on Twitter. I said, and y'all have already heard me. I lay it down for Kendrick, but I said Kendrick performed with all the church deacons because if you go to the black church, that's what the deacons are usually in. I didn't want to say pallbearers because that would be too dark, right?
No, yeah, that's
right. So I just said my little lightweight.
Don't drop
my little lightweight roast was that, but just so and as a bit of background, I know we're so way over time. As a bit of background, the woman who choreographed like his performance, Fatima Robinson, is an extremely well known. Like she choreographed "Remember the Time" for Michael Jackson. Like that is nice. Who she is. So just so you know that he had a behemoth of, in terms of a team that put that together. She is like she choreographed for Aaliyah. She like anybody that you can think of that has had incredible stuff. But Remember the Time, I think would be the most iconic, her most iconic work. And this to me, but also so Dr. Dre, I'm sure y'all have seen the music video where like they do a tango at the end of the video. I can't think of the song, but like everybody like breaks out and there's a tango at the end of the video.
Oh.
Like that's Fatima Robinson. Like
okay.
She is like choreographer, like masterclass, like she's directed, she's everything, but like she's got up we won't talk, obviously in 2 weeks this won't be as much news, but she's put up some great videos of where they were putting together Kendrick's stuff.
Oh, very nice.
So she's got some. It's almost like a little mini doc if you just look in her feed on Instagram, where she's in the dance studio working out. How it's
the choreography.
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. And also much love to Kendrick because I feel like every time he's appeared on the Grammys, anywhere where they've had to put on a big thing, it's been incredible. But there was something really, and I can only speak for me. Something very divine about that performance. Just and even the way that it was covered by the camera people, because the filmmaker in me, just won't die either. So I love to see how cameras cover, for us. Obviously somebody there is gonna see it differently because they're able to see. But one of the first things I told somebody, I realized that when you go to award shows and you sit on the front row, sometimes award shows are more interesting to watch on television because you get a variety of angles for which to take in what's happening. when you're at an award show and you're on the front row, all you see is this one, one thing. So
yeah.
I think that one of the other beauty of what she did with Kendrick, because imagine, other than the fact that there are screens in the sofa, I've never been in there. Imagine that if you're looking at him, the work of those dancers, and when the camera is over top and you're seeing all the formations, someone sitting, at ground level, again, unless there are screens, which I'm sure there were, then all you're getting is this. You're not getting all of this. And so I just, can't say enough about it. All right, I'll land my plane.
Drones.
Drones. Amen.
And to wrap it up really quick, there is a huge controversy over this.
Right.
D.L. Hughley had his, he said what he said, and some other people, and Comedy Hype News also had some stuff that they said. And
what did they say?
I love Pierre. Pierre just laid it down, and so did what is his name? I forget the other guy, the comedian's name. Damn it, he's a bald dude, older black comedian, really funny dude. But they both said that at this point, with all the craziness going on in the world, we need allies. It don't matter what race they are. If they're willing to stand up for the cause, then they're willing to stand up for the cause, and just,
it is what it is.
Yeah, accept it. And
I agree. I agree with Pierre. Like, if it was, because at the end of the day, if the white boy can get away with kneeling on our behalf, let's do it. Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it takes. Bring it back into the media's attention, so Colin Kaepernick can fucking finally get back to playing football or doing, something with fucking football, for crying out loud. I think the bullshit's been enough. He did what he did, and respect what he did. He did it for a reason. Now let the dude play football. Let him play football.
Right, but he's got his Nike deal. I agree with you that his prime years as an athlete are moving because of this, and who knows what will happen next. But I agree with you. That's what they did to Muhammad Ali. They jailed him for not.
Yeah, because they know, man. Time itself is a sports person's worst enemy.
Right.
If 10 years pass, you may not be able to do what you used to do, and the injuries could be way worse, if not fatal. But I didn't really look at. I'm not gonna lie and say that I noticed this right away. I remember him doing it in the performance, but it didn't hit me mentally until I heard people complain about it. Then I was like, wait, this is actually so. I knew that he, with his rap he did against Trump. And some people don't know out there, when he did his, what was BET Cypher, I don't know if you heard about this, Sam, but they sent the FBI after Eminem. They went to his fucking house. So is it true that your threats on the president are real? So you really are going to, are you going to commit these crimes?
Wow.
They went to his house.
To, what's her name? A white comic blonde lady. She did I had a picture, Katie something. She had a picture of Trump with the severed head.
Oh, right. Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin.
And so he did that rap, and then that also got him a lot of shit from different people in different camps. Even the president, the FBI. I mean, I guess he was scared. He took it as a legitimate threat and sent the FBI. I think he's just doing, my cock is bigger.
I think that's just the bullshit. It is. I think it's just the bullshit.
This counts as cultural appropriation because he's white.
Yeah, there is a voice.
So that what people
I think that's what Hughley is saying.
So DL is saying is appropriation of. Okay, I didn't like that. Okay, I didn't know that.
I could be wrong. But at least what I saw, I think that's what he was alluding to. That okay, now you want to pay attention now that it's Eminem, and I get that. Mm-hmm. I get it 100%. Now, I mean, do I understand it at the level that he does with the life that he's lived? DL. No, of course I don't. I'm not him. I don't. I will not pretend to be. But I agree. That's where I agree with Pierre and the other gentleman. When they were saying, at this point, with all the shit that's going on, whatever we can do to, bring this more into the light and help the cause to get where it needs to be, then we just need to take it and just roll with it. I'm
at that place too, because I think
he's like, I'm losing patience. We need to keep this moving.
Right, and I it's a whole nother episode, but I'm beginning to really, I'm beginning to really realize that there is even with the latest situation, which is a whole nother episode, and we're already 30 minutes into another hour.
Yeah, sorry.
With the no, with the situation in the mall, I don't know where it was. Sean King posted it where the black kid is trying to defend people from a white bully. Like the whole interaction, everything about the whole tape makes it very clear that the white kid was the aggressor. But when the police come on the scene, the first person they handcuff is the black kid. Yep. Period. Like no questions asked. So when and so there's a part of me that is extremely disheartened because at the most base level, those in law enforcement, that's where you go. At the most base level, the first instinct you have without any information, sight, no conversation, walking up, you cuff the black kid. They uncuffed him after 30 minutes, but that's 30 minutes too long. It's the same way like in Georgia where the kids had the claim, whatever, the Confederate flags, and because the black kids protested against the symbol, the black kids got suspended from school, not the white kids for having a Confederate flag. And so there is, and I agree with Pierre, there's this, and my sister and my dad have, and we've always had this roundtable conversation. We are not, as a community, generally seen as human. I get that those of us who look safe enough and sound and speak safe enough to you, you get us. But if you still walk up on a situation and without collecting any information, without interviewing anybody, the only aggression that you decided that you've seen that was merit your attention in the form of handcuffs is the black kid. Even, I mean, without getting, because we're already at 9:34, the Stop Asian, I'm not even gonna say Stop Asian Hate, when that kid shot up those massage parlors in Georgia, the policeman's comment was the kid had a bad day.
No, I know, I hear exactly what you're saying.
So obviously that's a different, but what we have lived with as African Americans in this country and in other people who will definitely have had to partake of this experience, there will always be a wholeness that white people or that white policemen see in each other and those that look like them that they don't see in African Americans and by and large other cultures. We just happen to have been we're still the biggest litmus test for how, the other in this country is treated. And so, but I say all that to say that I'm kind of like Pierre. I'm just at this point, whatever it's going to take.
Oh yeah,
if it takes
by any means necessary,
taking a knee. Because here's the thing: I'm like you, Stephen. The shit went over my head. It didn't even occur to me that that's what he was doing. It didn't even until the next day, and I read somebody saying that people were up in arms because he did this thing, and I said, "Oh, was that what that was?" Like I saw him take the knee, but I didn't put any of. Okay, I'm frozen again.
No, it didn't. I didn't put it together either. I was even like that. It didn't enter my.
Not at all.
My hemisphere, if you will. I was just like, oh, that's cool. He's kneeling to everybody. He's like, what's up, motherfucker? Like, I didn't know. I can't even making a statement.
I just thought, like somebody else said, I thought maybe he was waiting on his next song cue. Like it just didn't occur to me that's what was happening.
No, it didn't enter my stratosphere at all. So on that note, and it's a funky note, but it's okay. We're gonna be back the Thursday after next. And
March 3rd.
So what shows you guys got going on? Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna go first. Well, no, Sam, you go first actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm stuck.
I have a show this Saturday in Flappers. It's produced by Nishi Axel. It's called The Third World Problems. Come to Flappers. I'm having anxiety about the amount of tickets I'm selling because of Nishi, so I come to the show. That's really it.
I might better come to the show. Like I have a show.
It's on Saturday.
I'll tell you guys what I got that on the weekend too. So
I'm done.
Shoot me all the info, Sam.
Sure.
Yeah. We need to come.
Dana, what do you have?
And Nishi's produced Nishi. I understand you're saying third world problems. I get why I don't get to be included, but I want to be on a Nishi Excel show. I'm gonna tell her about it. No, we were just together on Saturday.
Just open up with a joke of how like black people are treated like third world citizens in this country, and then you do all of your black.
So while you're playing, that's exactly what I would do. Like, because I actually have been. I'm always writing. Like, I can't help it in my head and on paper. But I literally, comedian Trix, who is out of Canada, but I believe he's of Ugandan or Nigerian. But I was like, but seriously, African Americans in this country are having what I call, what my joke, the bit is called, a citizen immigrant experience. Like, it's amazing how we are, born with citizens of this country, but we're always having an immigrant experience. You have to come up with more legislation for us to have rights. We have to negotiate our rights every so often. We have to, all these things. And so I was like, we're citizen immigrants in this motherfucker. Like, we're not, we are either neither citizens or neither immigrants, or we're immigrants not citizens, or citizens not immigrants. Like, whatever. But I am on Saturday. I just got this call yesterday, this text yesterday. I'm doing the Black Market pop-up in West Hollywood at Plummer Park. It is a Black History celebration. Come one, come all. And I'm part of the comedy and whatever the other entertainment is. I am at Flappers next Wednesday again for Uncle Clyde, whatever that is, as a host. I am in Vegas on Thursday, the 24th at the City Center something with These Queens Wear Crowns, executive produced by comedian Sonia D, who is a Def Jam comic, female. Also wrote for the Jamie Foxx show back in the day. And it has tours the country. She's got this tour going, doing once a month, coming to LA eventually. But I'm on the Vegas date. And then that's it, because by the time we come back again, the next set of dates that I think I have a February 27th date, but I don't know what it is. A Thursday, I don't know, or what. No, I don't. I don't know. I think I do, but I don't know. But I have to go to the ladies' room. I'm about to die over here. I'm about to die.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up real quick. All I wanted to say was I don't have any shows coming, but I am writing, so I will be having some shit soon. But I wanted to say into what Dana said while she's doing the PP dance is that we did take in German Nazis and treat them amazingly, and then with the Japanese people we went to war with. We just threw the motherfuckers in internment camps. There were no Nazi white people internment camps.
Right.
America. Fair.
That part. I love y'all. I got to go. I'm about
to die. Thank you, guys. We'll see you Thursday after next. Everybody have an amazing, amazing night and take care. And yeah.